I think that's really important. I think that right from the word go, whether we're working with Indigenous students or international students and or Anglo-Australian students, we really need to insert the critical thinking from almost immediately that we start teaching. And I think that with international students coming from some backgrounds where they have been taught within their own society that it is better to emulate philosophers or scholars rather than to critique them, it gives them an opportunity from their very first introduction to the University of Queensland to understand that critical thinking is inherent to the Australian way of teaching. And so it's also giving them reasons for that so that they feel comfortable in establishing a critique of what they might be learning. And what I then try to do after having given them the theories and the concepts and then the critical thinking that enables them to reflect back and understand the premises that they're operating from in their theoretical approaches, is to say, well, let's now apply some of those concepts and some of the critical thinking approaches that you've been given to real world scenarios. And because I do teach predominantly in anthropology, social science more broadly, and in development practice, I'm able often to bring real world projects from the United Nations, from UNIFEM, from the Asian Development Bank, from AusAid or the Swedish International Development Agency into the classroom and say, if this were a project upon which you were working as a consultant, how would you begin to approach this? How would you brainstorm your ideas?